This is like the second straight time, maybe even third, ever since the Shanks chapter dropped, that the chapters have not dropped at their usual time, all over the place. And I wasn't expecting this to drop today. I was expecting it to drop tomorrow, so I was working on another video about Sanji, which will probably be audible to either Thursday or Friday. But man, oh man, I don't know what it is. I said this in my last chapter review. I don't know what Oda's been on since post Wano, or honestly since Gear 5th, maybe even King of Hell Zoro or Ifrit Janbe Sanji. I have no clue, but whatever he's on, I need it because Oda has been on fire. This chapter was gas as well. A lot of stuff happened. Garp, Aokiji, Law. And I cannot wait to talk about the Law stuff. Can't wait to talk about the Aokiji stuff. But if you guys enjoy regular anime content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys never see a new video. With that away, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's talk about One Piece chapter 1081 titled Kuzan, 10th captain of the Blackbeard pirates. The chapter picked up exactly where it left off. Garp, he ended up with the galaxy impact. He left a lot of destruction in his way, and everybody else is, starting to settle down, the other marines that were with him. And Garp's like, yo, he said, I really lost my touch. I made a video about the old generation. I'll leave that in the description. I talked about, man, if Garp can do this, if people like Rayleigh can compete at this level at their age, I believe both of them are like 70 plus, and other characters as well. Just imagine what they would have been like in their prime, doing this at their age, advanced conquerors, just destroying. And like other characters like Luffy, like Zoro, and Yamato, they are recent characters that, well, let me not say Yamato, but Zoro and Luffy especially, they recently learned how to use advanced conquerors. I want to do a video about conquerors in the future, but the fact that Garp can do this at such an old age is impressive. I also like the fact Garp in the last chapter talked about Koby being his non-replaceable protege or something like that. It just shows how much he cares. And the other marines, some are members of Sword and some aren't. I know Tashigi, she is a member of Sword, but she came there as well. And so Tashigi and the others, the ones that we were introduced in the last chapter, they're like, yo, he called Koby the future marines, and we cannot let Koby get ahead of us like that. I just love it. And so there is another character, one that we were introduced last chapter. Her name is Hibari. She's talking about Koby won't really be free until we end up freeing him from his little shackle that he has around his foot. And as Koby's running, she is frozen solid. The only person, well, the only two people that we know that have Dofus of that caliber would be Monet, who has the snow fruit, but she's dead. And then there's Aokiji, and it's like, ah, shoot, because I thought Aokiji was on headed to Egghead Island, because we know a Blackbeard ship is headed there. We don't know who it is yet, but it rules out Aokiji and everybody else who is on this island. And I made a slight error in the last one. I kind of was talking too quickly. I said this happened in the past. No, this happened presently. So Blackbeard, dealing with Law, that stuff is in the present. So Blackbeard, Vinegar, I think Doc, and I think it's Jesus Burgess. I think it's those four. I'm not really sure about Vinegar, actually. It might either be Vinegar or it might be who is Lafayette. One of those two are there. But so Shirayu's here. Who else is here? The guy that confused with the islands, and some other characters, including Aokiji, are here. So that just leaves Katarina Devon and other characters. We'll dive into that probably for a separate video. But she's frozen, and so Aokiji is here, and everybody's like, yo, Aokiji, Kuzan, he's standing up against Garp, because apparently Kuzan was Garp's first apprentice before Koby. We get a flashback on how Aokiji and Blackbeard met. So Aokiji, he froze all of Blackbeard's men because he's pissed after the fight with Akainu, and he's basically like, yo, they kind of pushed me to the side after they had the fight with Akainu. He's like, I'm in a foul mood. He's drinking, and so they're talking with Blackbeard. He unfroze the people, explaining everything that happened, how he lost his leg, and the whole Ohara incident as well. And everybody's like, yo, you have a sob story, all of that, where they mention the man marked by flames. And apparently we still don't know who that is. I find it funny because a lot of people are speculating Aokiji was the man marked by flames, and he even made the joke in the chapter. He was like, hey, I have a scar. And so I just find it funny. A lot of people think that the man marked by flames is Jaguar D Saw. Maybe Aokiji does know who it is and he's lying, but he just says he doesn't know who it is, and they're interested as well because they want the Poneglyphs. They want to be able to get the One Piece. They want to become the Pirate King. Well, at least Blackbeard maybe does. I don't know. They just want the One Piece. But in regards to everything else, they may mention, I think Shiryu, he talked about the Marines possibly having it, saying that it would not surprise him. Where we end up seeing Aokiji, they asked the question, I think it was Lafayette, he asked Blackbeard, he's like, yo, do we go steal his devil fruit? And so Aokiji's getting pissed. He's like, oh, I'll freeze everybody. And Blackbeard's like, wait, excuse him. He's like, Aokiji, you're looking for a line of work. Join my crew. And he's like, well, Aokiji says, why would I be a pirate? He's like, you have pirates all wrong. And I kind of agree with Blackbeard in this, because same with Luffy. Luffy talks about pirates. They're supposed to be free to do whatever they want. Where there are some pirates like Doflamingo who are just evil down to the bone. There are some that are like Luffy and Shanks. Hey, they free-spirited. They may probably steal a little bit here and there. But in terms of everything else, they follow what is right. And so Blackbeard, he's like, hey, on my crew, you can be as free as you want. You're free to follow your own agenda. And I love that. So Aokiji, he is a member of Blackbeard Pirate. At first I thought he was a member of Sword. I wouldn't have surprised me if that was the case, but after seeing this flashback, because Blackbeard, he does have control as the captain, but he allows his people to be their own people and do whatever they want. Similar to Luffy. Luffy's the captain of his crew, but he doesn't restrict them in different things they want to do, and sometimes he even agrees with the different propositions that they have, and it just shows how, you know, the parallels between Blackbeard and Luffy. So Aokiji and Garp, they're going at it, and so Aokiji, he ends up freezing Garp, and Garp's like, yeah, you think that's enough? He's like, I'm gonna wake you up. He wants Aokiji to come back and be one of the Marines, and so he hits him with a blue hole, an advanced Conqueror's attack, sends him down through the ground, and they're continuing fighting. Then we cut to where Blackbeard's currently at. Like I said, I think it's Doc, Vinegar, Jesus Burgess, and Blackbeard going against Law. We see Law's hat. We see Law and Bepo knocked out. They are destroyed. Now, I will say this. Compared to Kid, Blackbeard has some scars on him, some damage on him. Burgess, I don't know if he's hurt or not. You can't really see him well. But Blackbeard definitely took some damage. But Law, his crew was completely decimated, similar to Kid. And I want to specify this. Law and Kid, the difference between them. Kid sought Shanks, went after him, and Shanks put him down. Law was not trying, so, you know, people are going to talk about, oh, well, we talk about Kid, but we don't talk about Law. That was my roommate screaming, by the way. But it's the fact that Kid went after Shanks and Law didn't. Blackbeard ran up on him. He still was defeated. If Law and Blackbeard were one-on-one, no disrespect to Law's crew, especially Bepo after what he did in this chapter, no disrespect to him. But if Law was one-on-one against Blackbeard, he definitely would have had an easier time. I'm not saying that he's winning. I still think Blackbeard was stronger, but at the same time, Law would not have struggled as badly because other people are jumping in, all of that. Blackbeard, hey, he's a jumper, man. He'll jump on people in a heartbeat. And so I do want to mention that, but hey, they still were defeated. The Polar Tank completely destroyed. And this reminds me of, what do you call it? Sabaody Archipelago. The Straw Hats, that was the one and only time we've ever seen them completely wiped out, completely decimated. And so since Kid and Law were decimated, I'm questioning will Luffy and his crew, because apparently Egghead, the incident is going to be really crazy, like whatever happens, especially with Kizaru being there, with the Seraphims, with one of the elders. So I don't think the Straw Hats are going to be defeated. It would be kind of trash. Luffy just became a Yonko just for the whole crew to be wiped out. And also, I think that Zoro, Sanji, Jinbei, Robin, all of them have leveled up and that they won't get wiped out. But that's a story for another day. Bepo, apparently Chopper gave him probably something like a rumble drug that allows him to use the sulong form without the moon being out. And so he ends up swiping at Blackbeard, taking Law, and they retreat. Bepo swimming away because that we know of, Law and I think one or two other members of his crew have devil fruits. And so Bepo, he gets away. He's like, you know, just him and Law. He's like, yo, Law's like, yo, we got to go back for our crew. And he's like, nah, man, it'll be okay. We got to make a tactical retreat here. We are members of the Heart Pirates. We've been through tough times. We'll all return back together. But nah, man, this is actually crazy. The fact that these two took down Big Mom. And I'm one of the people who, even though Luffy, Law, and Kid took down those caliber of characters, I was never one to think, hey, fully healthy 101, that they're ready for that smoke yet. They definitely would give them a run for our money. Don't get it twisted, because Blackbeard, he was wounded. Kaido, all of that. But even though they defeated them, they're close. They're like low top tier. They're not there yet. And so the fact that they were defeated like this, after defeating those people, it's kind of crazy. It just shows how strong Blackbeard and Shanks is. And I'm kind of scared for the Straw Hats, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of stuff that's going on there, but really dope chapter. I'm actually happy that Long Q were defeated, because it would not make sense for them to have won. And also, it was a very humbling experience, thinking, you came from fighting a Yonko, thinking you're all big and bad, huffed up, and then you get humbled by some actual pirates. Not saying that they aren't actual pirates, but you guys know what I mean. But let me know how you guys feel about this chapter in the comment section below. It was really crazy. There's a break next week. I'm kind of tired of the breaks. I think this was a weekly Shonen Jump break. I love when Oda takes his break. I think he deserves it. But at the same time, getting a chapter, then break, chapter, break, chapter, break. It's like, after you keep on doing bangers like this, I still need it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, the notification bell so you guys never saw a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok is on the screen and the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.